Hi, I'm James from Sugru, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to customize your Liam Paul fencing handle. Thanks, James.
That was embarrassing. Hi, I'm James from Sugru, and after 2 years of research and development with Liam Paul, we are incredibly excited to introduce to you the Evolution Grip. This is the first product designed and built around Sugru. So what is Sugru? Sugru is a brand new silicone technology. Out of the pack, it feels like Play-Doh, except it bonds to most materials, and overnight at room temperature, it turns into a tough, flexible silicone rubber. And Alex from Liam Paul approached us 2 years ago to see if we could develop a product together that would allow fencers to create custom fencing grips, and we said yes. And after much research and development, we worked with fencing trainers, amateur fencers, and then Olympic athletes, James Davis and Bos Vervalen, to develop the best possible design solution for this. We learned from James and Bos that Sugru is too hard for this application and also not grippy enough. So we developed Sugru Softener. Once combined with Sugru, creates a softer, lighter, and also more importantly, a more grippy Sugru material. You will be familiar with Liam Paul's current grips. If you bond Sugru over this handle, you're growing the size of the handle unnecessarily and will make it more uncomfortable for your hand. But we've developed with them the new Evolution Grip. All these areas denote exactly where Sugru needs to go to create the grip, which makes it a much more intuitive product to use. So when you buy the Evolution Grip from Liam Paul, you will get the Evolution Grip, 2 mini packs of Sugru and 2 mini packs of softener, together with an instruction, a guide on how to create perfect grips. So to get started, you just need to use 1 mini pack of Sugru and 1 softener. So simply cut Sugru out along the dotted lines and the softener along the dotted lines. Then peel open the pack and remove the Sugru. If there's any Sugru residue left in the pack, just use the Sugru to rub it off. Same applies to the softener, just peel open and remove the softener. The next step, simply blend these 2 materials together. You cannot use softener on its own, it must be mixed with Sugru. And it takes a few moments just to blend them through together and make sure that the color is even. You will find that your fingers are yellow. Remove Sugru from your fingers, and the best way to do that is just using toilet paper or dry tissue paper and give them a quick wipe. In order to divide the Sugru up to apply to all the different recesses, we've worked out the correct ratio. So start with breaking it in half, put one aside, break the first ball into 4 equal pieces, then collect 3 of those and create 1 new ball and roll that into a sausage. That 3 piece is called part B and the small ball is called part A. Part A goes onto the thumb recess. Press firmly and spread. You need to key the material onto the aluminium to get the best possible bond. And fencing is a very tough and vigorous sport. If you don't apply this well, it will peel off. Make sure you're working it onto the surface. B sausage, roll it quite long. It goes onto the area for your index finger and your middle finger on the underside of the grip. So again, press and spread that in. And this is only stage 1, so it doesn't have to look brilliant. You're just basically filling this recess with Sugru. With the other ball, break this in 2 parts, and with this you're creating part C and D. And these go into the last 2 recesses. So one for your little finger, your baby finger, your pinky, and the other recess. So again, press, smear, and firmly make sure this fills the space properly. And make a sausage again, press, and smear. The next step is to take an impression of your hand in the Sugru. So your instinct will be to squeeze. If you do that, Sugru will want to stick to your hands. So I suggest a sort of a pulse grip, so gentle, repeated holding of the handle. Before you leave this to cure, I would suggest you look around the handle and see if there's any shadows, sort of small shadow gaps between the Sugru and the aluminium. This will be an area of weakness where the Sugru will want to delaminate. Just press the Sugru firmly onto the aluminium. And one final quick pulse grip. Leave this somewhere secure to cure. The best method is to insert it into your blade. This is not the complete story. So you've used half the Sugru and Sugru softener that was supplied with the Evolution grip. We suggest now that you fence with this, that you come to terms with how this feels. You will start to notice where you think you could improve or add parts. What's really important is to consider the evolution of the grip over time. This is Boss for Violin's handle. He's made this a spare for us, and this is James Davis. Intuitively, they became really good product designers, that they understood their needs, their fence requirements incredibly well, and knew where they needed to add Sugru and build up the handle. The application of Sugru is significantly different on both. James Davis has built up the thumb section here and a ridge in the middle section. Those are two key design elements he's built into his handle for his particular fencing needs. Boss for Violin uses significantly more Sugru to beef up his thumb index finger grip, but also his little finger area for his flick technique. Some really exciting other details to be aware of actually are texturing. James Davis textures, he uses a blade of a knife, of scissors, and this just adds an extra element of grip. So by just gently tapping the surface with a sharp material, you can create indentations in the surface of Sugru which will give better grip. Another important technique to know, you found you've built up too much Sugru in one area, you can simply use a sharp knife, it's just a scissors blade here, and it carves very nicely. And once you've carved it back, you can also apply Sugru to cured Sugru. It bonds brilliantly to itself. So over time, you can evolve and tweak your handle design to be perfect for your fighting technique or as your technique evolves. Okay, another question you might have is about replicating your grip. We understand that fencers have between 3 and 5 handles, and it was a concern for us at the outset, but we've learned from James and Boss that once you develop a grip or you understand how to use Sugru and how to create the perfect grip, that your confidence in replicating also grows. So both athletes now have 5 replica handles that they've created themselves. So don't worry, you'll get good as you make this. You'll get good as you make this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the product. Really love to hear how you feel about it and if there's any developments we can make in the future. Thanks very much. James, I'm coming!